y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl LaShae of all things LaShae. If you are new here, hey girl, hey. If you are OG, what's good, boo? Thanks for coming back and checking out my content. You a real one. If you're new, stick around for a minute or two because I really think you're gonna like my channel. And if you do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So what is up, you guys? Today's video is super exciting because I have been keeping a secret from y'all. Oh my god, I just cannot even believe, like, I cannot even believe this, y'all. Like, I have been keeping a secret from you guys. I know so many of you guys, even though my channel is small, we love each other over here. We are a community over here. And all 2024, you guys, I would say after about April, May, I started being super inconsistent. You guys know I told you that I had watched one of my favorite YouTubers, and she was saying one of the ways that she was able to grow her channel was posting every 3 to 4 days, and she did this consistently for months, and her channel just kind of, like, you know, started to grow at the rate that she wanted it to grow. And so I told you guys I was going to adopt that same strategy. However, I decided in January of 2024 that I was going to go to real estate school, y'all. And so once school started, oh my god, totally underestimated the amount of commitment, the amount of mental space that it would require for me to study and learn all of the North Carolina real estate laws. And y'all, wow, I just kind of had to back up some, right? I still try to be consistent. I still try to drop a vlog or a video here and there, but it just was not at the speed and the consistency that I wanted. But now we are back on it, and my life has a new chapter that I can bring you guys along and allow you guys to be a part of it. And so I'm so excited about that. Today is technically my first day as a real estate agent in the state of North Carolina, and I am headed somewhere. I'm headed somewhere. But before we jump into today and my new career and all of the things, let's rewind a little bit, and I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes of the whole process, the whole progress, because you guys know I document everything. So even though I was not posting my journey about real estate school, I was filming the entire time. And so if you are a person where you enjoy behind the scenes kind of things, keep watching, because I am going to take you behind the scenes of my journey. So let's go back to 2024. Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl LaShae of all things LaShae, and if you are new here, hey girl, hey. If you are OG, what's good, boo? Thanks for coming back and checking out my content. You a real one. If you're new, stick around for a minute or two because I really think you're gonna like my channel. And if you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload. So what is up, you guys? As you can tell by the title of today's video, if I had my nails on, I would do a little tapping. I have been keeping a secret from you guys, and when I tell you guys, it has been so hard to keep this secret from y'all because I really love YouTube. YouTube is an outlet for me. I feel like you guys are family. I love sharing my life. I love sharing information. I just love sharing, and it has been so hard for me to keep this secret from you guys, but I am ready to tell you guys, especially because I know when you see this, it'll be well beyond the time. But y'all, I am in real estate school. Okay, I'm in real estate school. If you are an OG, you know a couple of months ago I closed my boutique, and I did a few vlogs where I told you guys I was going to tell you why, and I was going to talk about that, and I just felt in my spirit the time was not right. And so I said, okay, can't tell them yet. But I have been in real estate school for the past few months, and we are approaching the finish line, okay? We are on summer break. Today was the last day of class before summer break, and so we are on break for 11 days. when we come back from break, you guys, oh my God, we have 3 classes, and then it's final exam day. You have to pass the class and you have to pass the exam. By the grace of God, I passed my midterm exam. So we have midterm and then we have a final exam. Our final exam, should I say the date? Our final exam is in a few weeks after summer break. If we fail the first time, we get to take it the second time. And then after we take it the second time, obviously if you don't pass, you have to do the class over. If you pass, everything is going to be submitted and you're going to be approved and ready to test at state level, which means licensure, which means you become a licensed real estate agent. And wow, this time has just flown by, y'all. Like, oh my goodness. And real estate is something that I have always wanted to get into. If I can remember, I'll insert a screenshot of a post that I made like 5 or 6 years ago talking about one of my goals is to get into real estate. A few years ago, I took a course on how to get into the Airbnb business. But the course that I took, I didn't feel like it really equipped me with what I needed to know or how to even really get started legally or properly. And so I really wanted to jump into this industry about 2 to 3 years ago, and the class didn't really give what I thought it was going to give. It was more like a testimonial of what that person was able to do since they've been in the business, not really how to fully get started for real. And it's cool, different strokes for different folks. But yeah, y'all, I was prepared to have my 6-figure year in my boutique this year. And I am a woman who, before the new year comes in, I always see it as God, like, God, what you want me to do? You know, I spend time in prayer, like, Lord, show me what you want me to do in the upcoming year. And I realized when 2024 came in, I had not had that time where I supped with the Lord. I normally do this in November of every year. And I realized so much has been going on that I didn't do my normal sit down with God to prepare for the year to come. So I realized I hadn't done that. And so January the 1st of 2024 comes in. I'm sitting and talking to God, and I'm like, God, I realized that I have not done my pre-year planning that I normally do, where I sit with you and I ask you, God, what you want me to do, what you want me to focus on. And so, Lord, you know, we at the beginning of the year, it's the first day of the year. Show me what you want me to do. Speak to me. Should I continue on how I'm continuing on pushing my businesses? Is there something different you want? I don't want to be outside your will. Whatever you want me to do, whatever you give me the grace to do. So after I had that conversation with God, I'm like, okay, I really need to sit down and get my numbers together, because I'm usually good at planning for the year to come 2 months ahead. Like, I know what I want to focus on each month, and my money goal, my revenue goal, and just personal goals. And I didn't do that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let me sit down and just kind of get in my mind what I want to do each month or whatever. And y'all, I did that. Fast forward to January the 3rd, 2 days later after I did the prayer, I'm sitting at the kitchen table and I hear the Lord tell me to shift and pivot. And when he said that, immediately my boutique came to mind, right? And he basically was saying, it's time to do something new. It's time to pivot. Go ahead and shut that down. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is my bread and butter. You know, I am a full-time entrepreneur. I'm 31 years old, but at the time I was 30. I'm like, God, this all I know. You know, I've been a full-time entrepreneur since I was 24 years old. It's like, God, this all I know. You know, I have my other businesses, right? But my boutique hit different because it was my first business. It was my baby. And I knew if business coaching ever gets slow, it's nothing for me to pop on a dress, take a picture, and sell this dress, you know? And so I was just like, God, what am I gonna do, right? And so God brought back before me the different goals that I had aside from the boutique industry. And so I thought about real estate. I don't know if you guys are new or if you've been following along for a minute, but last year with my business coaching academy, I had a client who is a realtor that turned friend, and she hired me to help her with her content strategy and to build her social media following. And I think I took you guys behind the scenes where we did some content days together, and I was talking to her, and I was just like, I actually have a goal to get into real estate at some point. And she was like, yeah, you should definitely do it. And so then fast forward to when God tells me to pivot, I'm like, okay, maybe this is the time. And so I just thought like maybe this isn't the time, because I signed up for 3 different classes at 3 different schools. First class, they close registration days early, so it's like I'm trying to submit my payment information online, it won't let me submit it. I'll call, she's like, oh, we close registration early to give our instructors time to prepare for the course. I'm like, so there's no way I can get into this course? They're like, no, there's no way you can get into this course. Okay, well, second school, I apply or whatever, and with this school, they don't allow you to pay online. They call you to get your payment or whatever. And so I apply. They contact me like, hey, LaShae, we see you're interested in this class. Unfortunately, we have canceled this class, and we're rescheduling for the end of this month. I'm like, OMG. So y'all know I'm the author of a prayer journal. I get my prayer journal and I write in my prayer journal, and I'm just talking to God, and I'm like, God, if this is not the right time for me to do real estate, don't let me do it. 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 And I was just like, if it is, let this 3rd class process, let it work fine, let it go through, whatever. So 3rd school, they have a scholarship program that you can apply for that will pay for the course. I'm like, you know what? Let me just test it and see. Let me just test it and see. It don't hurt to apply for the scholarship and see what it's giving. Y'all, why did I get the scholarship and it paid for the course? So I'm in a course, and I started out vlogging me being in class, and I might insert a clip, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to do the whole day by day thing. I really want to focus. This is a new industry for me. This is a whole lot of information. Let me just lock in. And so that's what I've been doing. And so I know like my vlogs were super consistent, and then it's like they've been sporadic here and there. And it's because behind the scenes, your girl been in school, and I just been trying to focus, okay? And wow, God is so good. The first one didn't work out. The second one didn't work out. The 3rd class worked out, and I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket for the course. So I've definitely been hyper focused, because I'm like, I want to steward this door that God opened for me well, right? So I wanted to make sure that I was giving school my all. I was paying attention. I was focused. I'm like, girl, God opened this door for you. He confirmed that this is the right timing. You didn't have to come out of pocket to pay for this class or scholarship pay for this class. The least you could do is show God that you honor the door that he opened for you, and just be present. And so that's what I have been doing, and we are almost at the finish line. Y'all, my grades look really good. My midterm grade was really good. And so now we just have to get through the final. Get through the final, and then I will be ready to take my licensure exam. So this vlog may be a little choppy, because I'm going to come back in once I'm licensed, and I'll give you guys an update and let you guys know the time span. So yeah, I'll check in. Oh my God. Y'all, today is the last day of real estate school. And so I've been in class for the last 10 weeks, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 3 hours every day. Today is Thursday. It's our last class day. When we come back on Tuesday, it's exam day. When I tell y'all my brain is fried, oh my God, I've literally been studying every day. Like, literally been studying
every day since our summer break, because it just seems like the time just flew by so fast. And I don't feel all that ready. I don't know. This time just, yeah. Wow. I don't know. It's amazing to me. Let me see. Let me see if I can show y'all this SpongeBob video, because it is an accurate depiction of how I feel. Wait, the sound ain't up. Hold on, hold on. One little sound button. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, look at this.
His name, what's his name? I got nothing on a name. Baby, what's the name? We threw out his name.
Y'all, that's literally that's literally how it's literally how I feel. My God. And our instructor is like, y'all know this. Y'all know this. You're gonna pass. You know this. And I'm just like, Lord, I know you did not bring me this far for me to come this far. So in North Carolina, you have to, right now, you have to take your real estate pre-licensing course. And then you have to pass your class exam before you can go and test and do your, you know, like your state exam, your licensure exam. And so I'm just like, Lord, just get me through this class. I have been passing the class with flying colors, okay? I'm like, I just need to pass this final, because if you don't pass the final, you don't pass the class. So I'm like, Lord, I need you, okay? Help me. And so literally we have 5 days before we test. And I need to pass with flying colors. We got 2 attempts, right? If you don't pass on Tuesday, you come back for like a remediation type of class on Wednesday, and then you retest on Thursday. I'm not even trying to do all that, okay? I'm trying to pass the first time. I don't want that type of pressure on myself. So today is our study session. Today we've been doing a review. So it's 10:56. Class is over at 12 o'clock, y'all. Look at all of these notes from the review. So y'all wonder why y'all ain't getting no vlogs? This ooh, 5 days. It's crunch time. 5 days. If you wonder why you ain't been getting no vlogs, this why. Okay? This why. Y'all, I have literally not posted a vlog in over a month. It's just wild. But this why. When I come back with the comeback, y'all gonna be like, yeah. Y'all, today is the day that I take the class exam. So, meanwhile, I'm already getting some cough drops. It is like 7:15. The exam is at 9. The girls be there by 8 and just kind of study a little bit more in the car. So, yeah. This is such a big day for me, because in order for you to pass the class, you have to pass the class exam, right? So we have our first attempt today. If you don't pass today, then you can retake it in 2 days. And if you don't retake it in 2 days, you have to take the class all over again. We're not doing that. That was such a big day. I don't feel as prepared as I want to be, but we're gonna do our best. Y'all, so why am I just now realizing that I did not bring y'all back up to speed? I didn't check back in with y'all, let y'all know what happened, none of that. So let me catch y'all up to speed real quick. So in the last clip, you guys saw where I went to take my class exam for my real estate class, right? And before class, I went to Walmart. I got some cough drops because I had like a little cough situation going on. I didn't want to disturb anybody in class. I had to make sure I had a number 2 pencil because I write with pens all the time. I had to make sure I had a number 2 pencil. I had to make sure I had my calculator. And so I just did that, took that little trip to Walmart before we went to take the test, right? So, y'all, I was so freaking distraught because I did not pass the test the first time I took it. This is the class exam, right? I did not pass it the first time that I took it because I ran out of time. That test was so incredibly hard, y'all. I didn't even, when the timer went off, like when the time was up, I had so many questions unanswered. So like I just failed by default. Like I knew the information, but I was trying to take my time. And a lot of those questions were super wordy. So I ended up failing. As y'all saw, I was so glammed up when I went and took the first test. When I was super glammed up, but I had my lashes done and all of this stuff, girl, I was so stressed. After that, I took my hair out. I took my lashes down, all of that. Anywho, we had like a study day, and then we went back for the second attempt. You only had 2 attempts to take the class test, and if you didn't pass it, you had to take the class all over again. But girl, baby, I wasn't playing no games with that second attempt, okay? I finished. Let me tell y'all something. I know the information, but the questions on the test is so tricky. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take my time. I was literally the last person to finish my test, y'all. But guess what? We passed, so baby, we is not taking no class over, okay? So we passed the real estate class. So I've given myself a little break or whatever since finishing the class, just to get my life, y'all. Real estate school is so hard, okay? So I have been eating, sleeping, drinking real estate, okay? Because it was so important for me to pass this class. I could not fathom taking this 10-week class over, okay? So I've been studying. So everything been lacking, okay? Everything. House been a mess, laundry piled up, all that. So I took a week or so to just get my life back in order. And now I'm like, okay, girl, it's time to do your background check. It's time to go ahead and apply to take the big girl test. And so right now, y'all, today is August the 1st of 2024. It is currently 12:16, so it's after midnight, okay? I'm up and I'm getting ready to do my background check, and I already know that's gonna come back clear. Ain't nothing gonna be on my background check. That's gonna come back clear, and then we'll be in the clear to schedule for testing. My goal is to test by August the 16th. I am going to study so that I can really prepare myself, and I want to pass on the first time. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a super hard test. If you don't pass the first time, it's okay. No, I want to pass the first time, okay? So we're gonna take 2 weeks to study, and then I'm gonna check in with y'all. Hey y'all, so I'm checking in. I have not talked to you guys in quite a bit of time. Today is November the 5th, 2024. It's currently 4:42 in the morning, and I'm up worshiping, and I am getting ready to schedule my real estate exam. And so I applied to take the test yesterday. I applied for eligibility yesterday, and they emailed me yesterday and told me that I was authorized to test. And so God woke me up at 2 o'clock this morning. So I woke up, I started doing some laundry, I was praying, I was worshiping, and I decided to go ahead and schedule my test. You guys, this journey has been something, okay? And the hand of God has literally been here with me, present with me through the ups, the downs of this journey. And so now it's time to, make it do what it do, really do what I need to do to birth out this new career. Those of you who have been following my journey, you know that I shared that God told me to pivot in January, and I had no idea what that would look like. I had been a boutique owner for over 10 years, and God told me it was time to do something new. And so I started revisiting all of the different dreams and ambitions and things that I wanted to do. And I prayed and asked God to allow this to be very smooth for me, if it was His will for me to do real estate. he made it very easy for me, the process very easy for me. And so yeah, now I'm trying to uphold my part of the bargain. It has taken me way longer than what I wanted to test. I finished school in July. My goal was to test in August while all the information was still fresh. August came, September came, October came. I was like, oh my God, because now I feel like I've forgotten a lot of things. And so I am going to, if the date is available, I'm going to try to schedule my test like 10 to 14 days out to give myself some time to study. Hopefully you guys can hear me because I forgot that I had the fan on. But if you sleep the fan on, you know. But yeah, give myself time to just like really study and get it in my brain. You know, sometimes you forget things, but once you put the information back in front of you, it comes back to you. I am praying that I pass the first time. A lot of people are like, oh, it's okay. A lot of people don't pass the first time, and I totally get that, but I don't want to keep giving these people money. And y'all know I use the term these people very loosely, but I'm just saying I don't want to be giving folks this money over and over because you have to pay every time you test. So I'm just prayerful that it's a one and done. I would love to go into the new year being a licensed real estate agent. And so we're going to see what it's given. Let me turn this fan off so y'all can hear me. But y'all, as you can see, I'm currently in bed, but I'm studying. It is midnight. A little after midnight is 12:12 a.m. And I just wanted to come on and give you guys an update. So I did apply to test. I think you guys seen that in the previous clip. And I was authorized to test. So your girl went and scheduled her real estate exam. And I decided to space it out. They had a date available from like 5 days from now. I'm like, yeah, no. I need a good week and a half, 2 weeks to study. So I have 10 days until I actually go and take my exam. So I'm just literally, I have committed to studying for at least 3 hours a day and getting my study time in for today. And so I just wanted to update you guys that this is where we are. We're getting the ball rolling. And prayerfully, I study well enough, retain everything well enough, and I passed the first go round. But we shall see. I just wanted to give you guys a little update. Good morning, y'all. It is the next day, or technically a couple hours later, because the last time I talked to you guys, it was like midnight, and it's currently 6:13 in the morning. So, yeah, hours later. I slept a little bit, and then I got up, took a bath, and this whole study period, I'm like, or like this whole study plan that I told you guys about, I need to be covering 2 chapters a day of review to maximize my time wisely. And I told myself I need to give myself about 3 hours of study time a day, sometimes more if necessary. And that's just to make sure that I get the information and I make sure that I'm processing everything and I understand what I read and what I took notes on. And let me tell anybody who is watching this, if you are planning to go to real estate school, especially in North Carolina, if you can help it, because I know life be life, and because that's what happened for me. If you can help it, take your exam as soon as you finish the class. You would be amazed at how you remember all of this information, and then a month later, 2 months later, you don't remember anything because that's exactly what happened to me. I finished school in July. I planned to take the test in August. Life got hectic, it got busy. So then I said, oh, I'm gonna take the test in September. September came and went. October came and went. We are in November, and I feel like, for lack of better words, a virgin again. And some of this information is coming back to me as I read it. But yeah, take your test. I know you might feel anxious or full of anxiety, like, oh my God, do I know enough? Da, 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 da. I'm telling you, take your test when you finish school. Don't wait. Take your test. If you do wait, give yourself like a 2-week mental break, a week to study, and go take your test. But yeah, it's 6:15 in the morning. That was my goal on when to start studying, and I'm going to study from 6:15 to 10. So 3 hours, 45 minutes. I know I said 3 hours, but I had already had in my mind when I woke up this morning at 5 something, like, yeah, I'm gonna start studying at 6:15, and then I'll finish studying at 10 o'clock. Still fairly early in the morning. Time for me to go and do everything else that I need to do. And so lately, that's just kind of been my thing. Get up super early, get your day started super early. Even if you don't leave the house for a couple of hours, like, pray, do what you need to do, study, get the day started. And I'm liking how I'm feeling, and this is something I just need to implement, period. Not just because I'm studying. I'm trying to make sure I make time for studying and studying real estate, and I'm doing a lot of other stuff, right? But yeah, we gonna get it. I test in 10 days. We gonna get it.
So I take my North Carolina real estate exam today, and I don't know how it's gonna go, I hope for the best, I am confident as in I've studied the material over and over and over. And some stuff you understand, some stuff you don't. And this is a very hard exam. It's a lot of information. I've heard all kind of stories like, oh, I had to take it 6 times, I had to take it 7 times, I had to take it 3 times, I had to take it 5 times. And studying the material and then doing practice exams, it's like, I can see why, But I really want to pass. I want to pass my first time. And I think that I am getting emotional because I really want to pass. And it's not even a thing where I'm going to feel less than if I don't pass, because I know the work that I put in. It's just a thing of sometimes feeling like you work so hard and you're always pushing through things. Like, the most insane things happen that try to, like, take your focus, when you're trying to accomplish something big. That has been my life, right? Like, people see, oh, LaShae has accomplished so much, and I have, and I thank God for that. I really do. It's just amazing to me. It just seems like I'm always fighting through mud, literally, tooth and nail. Like, people just don't know, even if it's just mental, the things that I have to navigate. And it just feels like it happened again, you know what I mean? Like, dang, so much has happened. If y'all only knew how many times I've rescheduled this test, because I tell myself I'm gonna commit to studying, and then something happens, like, not with me, but like a family member gets sick, or you gotta just suddenly go out of town because family members are passing away back to back, and all of that stuff, or just like emotional, relational stuff. It just like, wow. So I'm gonna be proud of myself no matter what. It's just something that I really want, and I am praying that today be a day of victory for me. You know, if it doesn't go the way that I want it to go, I don't believe in God any less. I'm like, God, you let me down. You know, it's just life sometimes. But I really pray that I get in here and I kill it. And even if I don't kill it, I pass it. So, we'll see. Well, you guys, I go in and take my test. I go in and take my test in about 10 minutes. And all I can do is just do my best, you know? And we'll see what happens. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Oh my God. Y'all, I passed. Wow. Oh my God, this is crazy. Oh my God. I cannot believe this. As you guys can see, this was a very up and down, hectic, emotional, time-consuming, all over the place journey, right? Trying to balance my career as a content creator, still being an entrepreneur and a Christian business coach, and being in school. But that just goes to show you, with the help of God, with the strength of God, you literally can do anything, right? And that God will be right with you when you pivot. If you guys know my story, if you follow me on social media, then you know that I have been a boutique owner for 10 years. January of 2024, God told me to close my business. I had no idea what the heck I was going to do. Yes, I am a paid content creator. Yes, I am a Christian business coach. However, my boutique was my bread and butter. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. My boutique was my bread and butter. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I decided to kind of go back and look through all of my goals, because I have always been a goal setter. I am a woman that has notebooks and journals and notepads full of notes, ideas, goals. And so when God told me to close my boutique, I'm like, okay, let me go back and just kind of see what some of my other goals are, because God told me to close it. He told me to pivot and do something new. So I'm just like, what can I do that I know nothing about, and you know, that I feel would be worth the investment? I prayed about it, and yeah, that whole process was crazy, because I applied to 3 different schools for real estate. You guys, it was freaking bananas. Do you hear me? It was bananas. Okay, I cannot make it up. It was bananas. Okay, the first school that I applied to, they closed registration early, so I couldn't register. They wouldn't open registration back up. The second class, they canceled it because they did not have enough students to register. And the crazy thing about it is, the school that I actually chose to go to for real estate, that was actually my first choice. However, they did not have any open classes until April and May of 2024. And because God told me to close my boutique in January, I was just like, I don't want to wait that long. But the crazy thing is, God's timing is perfect. God's timing is best, because so the school that I wanted to apply to originally from the very beginning, which is the school that I went to, they had a scholarship program that would cover the cost of the real estate course, right? But again, me wanting to be fast, wanting to be antsy, wanting to, you know, I'm just like, no, like, I can't afford to go a couple of months to wait and hope that I get the scholarship. Like, what am I going to do in the meantime? I need to go ahead and jump in and get this career started, yada, yada, yada. But I ended up having to wait because the other schools did not work out. So I applied for the scholarship, you guys. Once the scholarship applications opened up in March, I got it. And so by the time that they approved me for the scholarship, the classes in April was filled, right? So I was just like, oh, I gotta wait until May. right? And the class was 10 weeks. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be done until July. And, you know, I just had this whole timeline in my mind. And it's so crazy because I actively preach that God cares nothing about your timelines. And he doesn't, right? And I know this, but just kind of me, like, I need some stability. I want to be secure, whatever. Just in my own head, right? And in my own way, because God ended up making me wait anyway. And so he ended up making me wait anyway, which, you know, was fine. You know, I didn't resist it. I was just like, okay, you know, and it worked out for me. I did not have to pay a dime to go to real estate school. And y'all, I passed on my first try. That is so insane to me because that is not typical in the state of North Carolina. Like, everybody talks about how North Carolina's test is super hard. And let me tell you something, I prayed, I fasted, I took communion, I was shouting all over the place, like, while I was in school, just trying to build my faith to believe that I could really handle all of this information, that I could really be one of the few that passed the first time. I just had so much faith in myself, and I wanted to keep my faith high, because, you know, when you're trying to do something that is hard to do, there's so many doubts, so many different thoughts that can come to you, and so many different people, not necessarily intentionally, but just planting a spirit of fear and a spirit of doubt. And it's just like, you got to train your brain, you know? And so, yeah, wow. I passed for the first time, and I did some research. I decided what firm I wanted to sign with. I signed with a firm, and here we are. And so I'm excited to take you guys along this journey with me. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys now understand why I have been MIA and where the freak I have been. And I hope you guys are excited for the consistency now, for me to jump back in, because I don't have to hide that part of my life anymore, because I've accomplished it. And so, yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.